With me today is Mangesh Mahadev, Pune's ace designer. Mangesh, welcome to Candid with Karl.
Thank you, Karl. It's my pleasure to be here today on Candid with Karl.
Wonderful. And folks, what you see both of us wearing are exclusive creations by Mangesh.
Thank you.
Great. Mangesh, let's dive right in. To the time you were born and raised,
So, Karl, I'm a typical Puneite.
right?
I'm born and raised in Pune.
Right.
So, my schooling, my college, for some part of my life, I was in Mumbai, you can call. But I'm born and raised in Pune.
Oh, I see. Okay. And where did you, after your formal schooling, and where did you use college and further studies?
So, schooling was in Pune, and
Right.
then I graduated from commerce, the good commerce.
Oh, the commerce stream, okay.
Commerce stream.
Right.
In Pune itself.
In Pune.
Yeah.
Now, how did you meet your lovely wife-to-be, Shruti?
So that's a long story, but to cut it short, it's
Right.
like after my graduation, I was into modeling and I became.
Oh, that's apparent. That's apparent even now.
Yes. So I was an All India Gladrags All India finalist.
Right.
And after the pageant and after doing few assignments,
Correct.
I realized there are hardly any designers in Pune for men.
Correct.
So I started designing for men.
Right.
And after a year or so, I realized that I should have some formal education in design.
In the design world.
Yeah.
Right.
So I joined a designing institute, and there I met Shruti.
Okay.
And
Who was also a co-student like you?
student like
Okay.
me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we were there for 2 years, and then the story started there.
Wow.
And
So you had designs on her, or she had designs on you?
both for each other.
Right.
So it was nice, interesting, fun days. you can
Right.
say.
Right. Right.
Mm.
And then this amalgamation between the two of you, it transpired into something that was there for the future, as in a label,
yeah.
as in continuity.
See, Karl, at that time we were college students.
Correct.
We were having fun. We were having great time.
Right.
But it was never that like we should have a label and it should go.
Oh,
like,
it never came across at that.
yeah,
Okay.
25 years and
Right.
it should have the legacy and all.
Right.
But now when we look back,
Right.
we always think that we were working for it.
Working towards it. Yes.
Yeah, we were
Correct.
working towards it.
Right. Right. Right.
Because every day we had some thoughts, whatever shows we did it together.
Right.
Designing, finding our team,
Correct.
hardcore team.
Right.
Everything was happening, but we realized that it was happening for this name.
For this name. So when you talk of legacy, is very interesting. So I would like to get into how exactly did this name Shruti Mangesh come into being? Because obviously you are a well couple. You all have a beautiful daughter.
Yes.
You want to say something about her?
Oh, she is wonderfully.
Right.
She's growing up very
Her
as a very good girl.
father's pet, huh?
Father's pet, mother's.
Apple of the eye.
Yeah. Her name is Mudita.
Mudita, okay.
Mudita
Right.
means pure joy,
Wow.
which I feel she
She
reflects
brings
from
both to
her.
both of you.
Yeah, from her personality as well.
Right, right. So then we were moving on to the label.
Yes.
How did you choose this name and how did the label come into being?
So initially, when we started at that time, we had all these multinational brands and designers, their examples in front of us.
Right.
But it was some other name at that time.
Mm-hmm.
We worked with that name for 3-4 years.
Right. And what was the same? What was your initial name?
So it was MAI. At that
MAI,
time
okay.
also
Right.
some creativity like MY.
Right.
I feel that all the clients should call it my.
Right. Okay.
But at the same time, I thought doing it MAI.
Right.
So we started with that, and then after a year or two, it was some other brand as well. That was Stamp.
Stab, okay.
Yeah, but then we did costumes for films as well during that period.
Oh, I see. Ah.
So luckily, we had a chance to design for the great Anupam Kher.
I see. And how long back was this?
This
Roughly?
20 years.
20 years back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he suggested us that any designer should have their own name.
Right.
Without that you don't get the soul in the brand.
And you don't stand out in the market.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why we changed it to Shruti and Mangesh.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And I mean, obviously, it's brought you huge success. It's brought you success as a couple. It's brought you success in your label.
Right.
So, Mangesh, now, which were the initial stars? You talked of Anupam Kher, But which were a couple of other stars that you remember designing for?
So, Karl, I had this lifetime opportunity when I just started, and I was destined for that maybe because I got an opportunity to work as the only Indian costume designer in the movie called Mighty Heart. It started.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The Angelina Jolie. Brad Pitt
Angelina
movie.
Jolie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And you did exclusive costumes?
no, I did for the exclusive costumes. Even Irfan Khan, late Irfan
Right,
Khan was
right.
a part of the
Was part of the
movie.
film, yes.
And so I did costumes. I learned a lot on that set. And the British costume designer, she's still in touch with me, and she's very fond of me even during the shoot, because I took every step as a challenge there. And I was like a magic man for them, because
Right.
language was a barrier there.
Correct.
Like I think 2005, Pune was still like what Pune was.
Right.
It had its identity still clean and clear.
Right.
But I was there for them, and then that was a lifetime thing that I will never forget, because working with Angelina Jolie and Irfan Khan and
Right.
the team and
But did it actually meet up on set and kind of
Yes,
did-
every day,
Wonderful,
every day.
wonderful. This brings me to the same period, because I was heading the Frankfurt Institute of Aerospace Training at that
yes,
time.
I know that. Yeah.
And one of the assistant directors of A Mighty Heart, he connected with me and said, I'd like to come by and do part of the shoot at your institute, because we had a mock-up plane.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
see.
because the whole thing centers around an aircraft.
Right.
Sadly, when he came by, he realized with the cameras, the whole setup we had was a little too small.
Oh,
It would kind of overwhelm the whole thing. But I vividly remember, Mangesh, because the students and the staff was thrilled with the prospect of seeing Brad and Angelina.
yeah, and I being there for almost like 40 days on the
Right.
set.
Yeah, I can understand the
Yeah.
personal interactions and
Yes.
stuff will last for you
Yes.
forever.
And-
So, couple of other stars that you interacted with,
Then I
both
started.
national and
Then I started with costume designing.
Right.
For regional films. Lot of I did almost 15 regional films as costume
Wow.
designer.
Okay.
But then I realized that that's not my cup of tea.
Yes, sir. Yeah, being a designer,
Yeah.
you work within certain boundaries, right?
Boundaries, and it was exciting, it was creative, but maybe because of the working atmosphere or something, I don't know.
Okay.
But then I decided to design for real life people, and
So
that
that's
interests
much
me
more
more.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like virtually like being a stage performer vis-a-vis being an actor.
Right.
What you see finally is after 10 takes or 15 takes. Whereas on stage, you're live.
Right, live.
So, for the person, when you're designing for, let's say for me, for example,
Yeah.
I'm carrying a few designs live.
Right.
So, it's a big thrill, and which at the moment I am.
Oh,
So-
yes. You're looking great in that.
Thank you, Mangesh. The outfit is, the creation is making me look better than
Yes.
I am. But, now when you design for people, obviously there are certain specific requirements that certain clients have. Anything that comes to mind which is off the ordinary?
Carl, we always love to design something that's apart from
Correct.
what is client wants.
Yes.
But the main thing that we have to keep in mind is the comfort of the client,
Right.
because we are in the AI era.
Right.
Now what is happening is like client with his own picture
You're right.
and what he wants.
Yes,
He
yes.
comes with that.
He's
So-
creating designers far beyond what a designer can do.
But then with our experience, we definitely tell him we will be able to create this.
Right.
But then you should be comfortable in it. Because I feel that the outfit looks good on you only when you are comfortable in it.
Correct.
You cannot pretend.
And there's a beautiful one which is the man makes the suit,
Right.
not the other way around.
Yes.
So now obviously you'll have a diverse bunch of clients, some of whom who are more the model type, and some of whom maybe have a little extra weight in places.
Right.
How do you enhance a client? I mean, obviously the models are fine, but the people who have, let's say, unwarranted weight, or how do you overcome them to make them look their best?
See, Carl, that's what I'm saying, that not everyone is 100% fit
Correct.
like a model.
Right.
So, but everyone has their own individuality.
Yes.
And if that person knows about that, then he can flaunt it.
Yes. Yes.
So we like maybe because of the experience that we have, we come to know that when the client comes to us,
Yeah.
we know that this person has this positive point, so
Correct.
we need to highlight those.
Yeah.
Like, let it be even if he's 100 kgs,
Right.
that doesn't matter.
Correct.
Because a person internally is more important than
Yes.
what he
Yes.
is externally.
Yes.
So we can enhance few things. We can, use different kind of fabrics that fall good on him. And
This
makes
is
him
this is
comfortable.
so akin to our world, which is pageantry, because
Right.
we're constantly telling the people and sharing with them that flaunt what is within you.
Right.
Obviously you may not look like a Sushmita or an Aishwarya,
Yeah.
but you look unique.
Right.
And that uniqueness must come out in film and in stage.
Yeah, that's
and
the
on
main
stage.
thing. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Mangesh, I know you're a deeply spiritual person. Yeah. Can you tell us something about your spiritual journey?
So, Karl, this started with during the COVID time, because I was
2020.
quarantined at that time.
Right.
And I read a book called Autobiography of a Yogi
Okay.
by Paramans Yoganand.
Mhm.
And from there was a U-turn in my life.
Okay.
So I started, and Shruti being from Banaras,
Mhm.
so there are a lot of specifications about Banaras in that
Right. It's a holy city
in that
right.
in
right.
that book. Yeah,
Right.
a lot of mentions about Banaras. So I visited those places, and so all that started, and then I got into a habit of meditation.
Okay.
Which
You
I-
meditate daily?
Daily, yeah.
Right, right.
Early in the morning, I wake up
Right.
early and I meditate, and
Okay.
then only my day starts.
Okay.
So it's nothing to do with religion or anything, but it's pure spirituality, because I feel that it helps in focusing more on whatever you do in your professional life as well.
Right.
And for the past 2 years, I just thought that I should climb 5 Kailas. Those are there.
Okay.
So I started doing that. So things started happening. I don't know how, but
And you attribute a lot of that to the yoga influence.
to the yoga influence. Yoga also happened, like we got a Guruji from Rishikesh, and he said that he wants to start yoga in Pune.
Oh, I see.
So we started a yoga studio. He teaches there. So all these things started falling in place.
Right.
And
Getting
I feel
correlated
that it just because I am on that path, so it started. I feel.
Wow. Wow. I know you're very fit. You look fit, you are fit, you work
Thank you
out on
so
a daily
much.
basis, I'm sure. But Mangesh, I also know that you're hugely into trekking.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about, where do you trek and what your whole experience about travel and trekking?
So, Karl, I just felt that why didn't I do all this during my college days?
Right.
But I realized that time I was totally into my modeling phase,
Correct.
and then I used to feel I might get tan, my
Yes.
skin might get burned out because of trekking and all that. So that's the reason I didn't do it during that time.
Right.
But then time passed, everything
Correct.
started with business, started growing, family started growing. And 2 years back, suddenly I felt that I should climb. There are 5 Kailashes, if you know that.
Right.
So I should climb those 5 Kailash.
Wow.
And
So your 5 peaks in life.
5 peaks in life.
Right.
So I started doing that. Now 3 I have done. 2 are remaining. I'll do one of them at least this year. And for that, I practice a lot, because these all our peaks are like above 18,000 feet. So oxygen level is also
Correct. Scarce.
there.
Right.
And breathing is the thing that helps during summit. That's what I have
Yes,
realized,
yes,
because
yes.
2 Kailashes that I did, they were really difficult at the end, but I completed them.
Wow.
So trekking has been a part of my life now, and it helps me to
Conquer new peaks.
conquer new peaks, at the same time to be stable and to be
Yes.
on the.
I think
this thing.
when you reach the apex of a climb, only then you can understand that it's truly about the journey, not the destination.
Right.
So, Mangesh, now that you've conquered various peaks, both in terms of physical and in terms of fashion, what is next for Mangesh?
So, Karl, I feel that next there is a lot. Like, there is a whole world.
Right.
And we want to see
Going
Shruti-
international, taking the label
Yes, we
international.
want to see Shruti Mangesh as an international label.
Right.
I know there is a journey towards it, but we have started it now.
Right.
We feel confident enough to start that journey.
Right.
And I feel that there are people who are willing to wear our designs internationally as well.
Oh, they look forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know several people who actually talk and love to flaunt the Shruti Mangesh. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I believe that creativity has no limits,
It
because
does.
I just read few months back that when we work with our hand, it's about the labor.
Yes.
When we work with our hand and our brain, it's about craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship. Yes.
And when we work with our hand, brain, and heart, then it's an art.
Wow. Wow.
So we always,
and what to you is art, Mangesh?
for me, life is an art.
Okay.
Because I see that in my food, I see that in yoga, I see that in my designs. So everywhere I see an art.
From what you just said, I think everything that stems from the heart
Yes.
is art.
Because that's such a perfect example.
Yes.
Because art is about heart.
Yes. And life imitates art. It's
Yes.
imitates art.
Yeah.
Right.
Because whatever comes from within, from your heart, because now, because of Pinterest and AI era, anyone can copy your designs.
Correct.
But yesterday only I was talking to Shruti that we don't have that threat,
Right.
because we can create something
You
new.
can create new. Yes. Yes. And it's ever going, ever changing, and ever evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you talk, Mangesh, about the label going international. What else?
Label going international, and I personally, I would definitely love to achieve more things in spirituality,
I see.
because there are no limits there as well. Apart from that, our child is growing up. We need to look at her future as well,
Right.
because she's also inclined towards not exactly designing, because she see us stress at many times and she's
Right.
like, what are you talking about, your masters and your creative people?
Right.
And I don't want to do this, but but eventually maybe if she
Yes.
opts for it, we are behind her.
No, eventually she'll be one of the world's top models and only
Yeah,
flaunts
maybe.
of Shruti Mangesh.
Yes, yes.
So,
She does that today also.
Fantastic. Mangesh, have you ever had an incident where you were designing with a certain image in mind, and the person actually walked in finally with an alternate shape?
Oh, Karl. In customization, there are many incidences that we face.
Right.
But in front of the client, we cannot show that,
That's
because we are the doctors for them. We cannot show that.
You only offer solutions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, few years back, like there was a client whose wedding was just 2 days from today, and he walked in, and I had taken all his measurements.
Right.
But there was a similar named client,
Right.
and my assistant gave a different measurement to my master.
Oh.
And what happened? He walked in. I said,
Right.
yes, your outfit is ready, and let's try it out. And so he went in the trial room. He came out, and it was like 3 times bigger than what he was.
Right.
So, but he knew me well.
Right.
That's the reason there was no disappointment.
Correct.
So he said that. I said no issues. We had kept it loose for the first trials
Correct.
and all. But he got something that something is something has gone wrong here.
Wow.
But he was comfortable.
Post marriage, I hope he didn't put on weight. Otherwise, he could have still fit into that design.
No. So I just told him, don't worry, it can be fixed,
Right.
not an issue.
Yeah.
But that went off
It
very
must have been,
recent.
it must have been a really major challenge. Yes.
Yeah, it was a challenge, and he sent me the pictures later, and it was all fine. So customization has its own issues, and with the experience, I feel that we can tackle anything now.
Fantastic. Mangesh, where do you see the future of fashion in India?
So, Karl, it's a big responsibility, I feel.
Right.
Because nowadays we talk a lot about sustainability in fashion, because apparel industry is the one, maybe number 1 or 2
Right.
to for the global warming, which is this thing for global warming.
Correct.
So I feel fashion is a part of the industry, and there people should really have to take care of it.
Okay.
So new generation designers, we are working a lot with them because we feel that they should work on sustainability.
Right.
At the same time, there is a very niche, maybe you can say, career
Right.
about wardrobe designing.
Okay.
Because see, sustainable, even if you want to wear sustainable, it costs you
Correct.
some amount.
Correct.
And you cannot always buy pure fabrics because then it becomes expensive.
It does.
So I want to get that thing of wardrobe designing because a lot of people, it's a study that 40% of our wardrobe is unused.
Yes.
So people think that they might get into shape, they might have a right occasion, and
Correct.
that's why they just keep it in their wardrobe.
Right.
So even if we get that thing related to fashion, then I feel that people buying unnecessary, that will reduce.
Okay.
And I believe that fashion should be looked at as a fashion. Like if you cannot wear fashion like for daily wear.
Correct.
So if you have occasions.
Oh, you mean keep fashionable when you intend to be fashionable?
Yeah.
Right.
Because even if we design something.
Correct. Some of the garments aren't really suited for daily wear.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are not suited. And
Right.
we cannot design like 100 of jackets like these.
Correct.
We don't want to.
Right.
So I feel that
You mean you want to maintain the exclusivity?
exclusivity.
Right.
And even people should think that way because they should maintain exclusivity in their wardrobe,
Right.
plus streetwear in their wardrobe.
Excellent.
So that's important.
Right.
So future of fashion is bright for India, definitely, because as we want to go international, many designers, they have gone international.
Correct.
But at the same time, there is a responsibility.
Absolutely. And that's how you sustain sustainability.
Yes.
Mangesh, tell me, what does Mangesh Mahadev stand for? What is the essence of Mangesh?
Essence of Mangesh Mahadev is, I feel, a person who is always alive
Okay.
and who loves to be with people, and people's person who wants to share his experiences because he likes to see people grow with him.
Wow. A people's person who creates exclusively for people.
For people. Right.
That is Mangesh Mahadev.
Thank you.
I found it fascinating, Mangesh, delving deep into your soul and discovering insights that probably nobody knows.
Yes.
Fascinating being with you and lovely having you on Candid.
Great. Even it was a pleasure being here, and I would love to be here again to talk on different topics.
For sure, Mangesh, for
Yes.
sure. Looking forward.
Yes.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.